So I'm so sorry. I'm on Cancer. Let me just do this again. Hold on. Hmm. Okay. So Cancer, what I was saying that the person, there could have been a very big like military background here on the person that wants to come through for you, a past loved one, an ancestor. Something here may have to do with military. I was getting like somebody with, I don't know why I'm getting throat cancer, something with like difficulty swallowing or migraines. But I was getting like a very heavy influence of somebody getting this illness from like a work environment. So for those of you that may have had a past loved one or someone that's actually like somebody that participated, let's say 9/11, suffered from, whatever they were exposed to, somebody that was in military, a past loved one that maybe you haven't even met. And I don't remember what it's called, but I know that it had to do with like um Bell Harbor. I don't remember if what that was. There was like some kind of um exposure to radiation, something like that in the air, like that kind of influence. If you know, you know. All right, let's see. What's your message? Justice, Five of Cups, the Emperor, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Knight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Artist, Three of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Justice and the Five of Cups, Five of Swords. What's the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups? Wheel of Fortune. What's the Justice? King of Swords. Emperor, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Knight of Cups, the Empress, the Seven of Pentacles, the Artist, the Star, the Three of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups, the Eight of Swords. Some of you guys feel like you've given someone everything or more. Now, it doesn't have to be love. I am getting the Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles, okay? The Empress, okay? The Emperor and the Empress. Some of you guys felt like no matter what you did in a situation, and I don't know, I'm getting a heavy divorce situation. It wasn't enough for whoever this is. The Hierophant, Two of Swords. Somebody couldn't see your worth, or you feel like that. You felt that way, or it's true. Somebody couldn't see your worth. Somebody couldn't see that you were definitely divinely guided. You were a gift from the divine to them. What's the Two of Swords? Two of Pentacles. Five of Wands. They could have been very much distracted by something else. I don't know why I want to say someone else. That could be too, but it could be something else. The Artist and the Star. Yeah, Six of Cups. This could be someone that you have children with. Eight of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. This situation could be giving you a different outlook on how you see love. Okay, so I'm getting someone that was definitely in a commitment. Could have been marriage. Could have had children with this person, and it's almost like you kind of gave this person your all. All right, you worked. You worked your fingers down to the bone. I don't want to say that. You gave this person everything and anything possible that you could, but something was just not enough. This person could have looked outside to find what they felt was emotionally fulfilling. Tell me about this person. The Ten of Pentacles, the Magician, the Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, Ten of Swords is Four of Swords. For some of you, this person could have been lazy. Some of you guys also could feel like you got someone in a position to where they are now. And it's almost like all this work was for what? That's what this energy is like. So it's like giving you a shift in perception on how you see love or how you see someone else. It's almost like being avoidant, Seven of Swords, because you don't want to go back to that feeling of maybe giving someone a lot of vulnerability, giving them your all, and making you feel like, you're going to get played again. That's what this feels like. It's like you made shit happen for whoever this was. For some of you, I don't know why I feel like some of you guys, this person didn't have a job or didn't work, and you provided them with stability. But not only that, you nurtured them. Anything that they wanted, they needed, you put them first. When you met this person was not in the vibration they are today. What's that? The Hangman. Yeah, the Ten of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. For some of you, you're still carrying that. Okay, and there's a very big avoidance on Seven of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Three of Swords. There's still like a grudge or something that is very much unhealed from this situation. What's their message? the King of Wands, the Death, the Four of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Strength, and the Moon. Strength and the Four of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Judgment. This is a very specific message. It's not so much about what's going to come in for you. I feel like the message here for you was more so, if this resonate with you, what action have you taken towards healing the situation? Because for some of you, there was like some kind of lack of attention from your childhood. And it's almost like you wanted to be seen. And the person that you were trying to get some kind of recognition from was this person that hurt you. So that kind of, it's almost like, where was this always like the sense of validation, always wanting to hear, well, I'm proud of you, thank you. Whatever this was, it's coming from a place of wanting to be seen. Six of Wands and a Judgment, wanted to be recognized. And yes, that I completely understand. I'm trying to get to what your message is, but I feel like what your message here is that with the Four of Swords and the Moon, there's something about constant validation needed from someone. Not constant validation, because I am seeing that this person didn't even appreciate anything. But with the Four of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Judgment, is almost like you just wanted to thank you. You just wanted, like, I'm proud of you. But I feel like the message for you is deeper than what they're showing me here. The message from you is, for many of you, you had like an absent, or you could have had a very narcissistic parent. Okay, a very toxic relationship with a parent, or a very absent parent, that you didn't get that sense of validation, or that I'm proud of you, or that being seen kind of energy from your parent. And it's almost like the cycle repeated itself here in a marriage, or now that, and as an adult. But it's changed your perception on how you see, or you see like the next love situation in your life, or just love in general. It's like you gave so much of yourself. It's like, what do I have left? And do I even want to re-enter something like that? But all of this is stemming from some kind of childhood energy here of wanting to be seen by your own parents or something like that, or wanting to be seen, or wanting to feel validated by them. And some of you guys didn't get that. All right, Leo. For the Leos, sun, moon, and rising. For the Leos, what's the message for the Leos? What's the message for the Leos? What's the message for the Leos? From their guides, their ancestors, their past loved ones. There could have been something very tragic that happened to a past loved one. It could have been like two people at the same time, like a couple, parents or something like that. You could have lost both parents. I don't know if I want to say tragically, but around the same time, or very in close proximity. What's the message for the Leos? The Lovers and the Knight of Wands. The Five of Swords. The Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. The Lovers, the Hangman, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Chariot, the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles, the Artist. Is this the Leo? The World. Some of you guys sabotage relationships, Leo. The Lovers and the Hangman and the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you guys sabotage things when things probably feel... Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Queen of Cups. When you start feeling in love, or when you start having some kind of emotional connection. Five of Swords and the Chariot, the Page of Wands. Some of you guys like restart or could like how can I explain this? It's like dating is easy, but once we start getting that connection, a sabotaging energy comes in. Seven of Wands, Four of Pentacles. I start withholding. I start blocking this out. Four of Pentacles and not and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, Two of Cups. It's just easier to like avoid than to feel. Ten of Pentacles and the Artist. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, Artist, Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Cups, yeah. Emotional fulfillment to you feels heavy, okay? The Star. Even though these could be connections that you had some kind of wish fulfillment in. All right, with the Well and the Queen of Cups, a lot of you guys may have some kind of like, I'm not trying to be funny, I'm serious. Mommy issues, okay? With the Well speaks about a place of ideas, a place of nurture. With the Queen of Cups, something could have happened. Again, there could have been some kind of absence in a motherly energy, whether you're a feminine or a masculine. Because I feel like that's the first nurturing energy that we get, right? Mothers were typically the nurturers, right? So there's something like that. The Wheel of Fortune. What's the Two of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands? Yeah, Six of Pentacles. What about that? Ten of Wands. See, it's like giving too much of yourself is too heavy. Why? The Three of Pentacles, the Magician, the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. You may feel like people are going to abandon you. Page of Swords. Yeah, the Empress and the Moon. And that may come from a mother figure. Okay. Someone that, again, if I don't know, some of you guys could be like, this could be an adopted situation, adoption or something like that. Some of you guys may be adopted. Okay. The Eight of Wands in reverse, the Devil in reverse, and the Three of Cups in reverse. Some of you guys may hold third-party energies because those are easier. Okay. And nah, it does not have to be. Yeah. Could be like non-committal situations. That's just easier. Devil in reverse is like, I'm not trying to get too much attached to someone. I'm not trying to create any kind of attachments. Eight of Wands in reverse, just in case it doesn't move forward. What's the spiritual message for the Leos? The Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. This logic, this Three of Swords judgment, this logic, this avoidance, okay, it's not really going to be of how you're going to completely be fulfilled in life. I feel like love, experiencing love has a lot to do with happiness, has a lot to do with us being here on this planet. And it's almost like you're kind of like cheating yourself from something. The Fool, yeah, the Hermit, and the Five of Wands. It's like a lot of mental restriction. It must be very exhausting. Four of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Ten of Cups. Even though some of you guys, though, deep down inside, you do want a family. You do want this connection. The Magician, the Two of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Page of Swords, the Temperance, and the Three of Pentacles. Some of you guys, there could be therapy here that's needed because it's almost like you're wondering, well, how do I move away from this energy to where I'm avoidant when it comes to getting close to people, or I'm avoidant when it comes to really putting myself, you know, falling in love with somebody or something like that. Page of Swords, Temperance, and the Three of Pentacles. Maybe there's someone here you should see, or, you know, there's something about therapy or talking to someone. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially because I feel like it's almost like you're like avoiding the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Swords is all logic. It's like avoiding the happiness, avoiding the beautiful parts in life that has to do with love. And again, I don't know why I feel like for some of you, this is always how you were, even as a child. Like there could have been some kind of flip or something that happened as a child to where you realize that, you know, staying away from like commitments or attachments, not necessarily just to love, obviously as a child, or a romantic energy, just in love in general. It's just like, it was just like so much, it's so much better. I don't know who that's going to resonate with, but. All right, Virgo. Virgo. The first thing I thought about Virgo, and by the way, sun, moon, and rising. The first thing that I thought about was, I don't know if I want to say that. I'm gonna put it to you this way. For some of you, you could have I don't know how to say this without I don't even know if I want to put this out there. Some of you guys, there's something deep, buried very deep that's maybe things something that you've never spoken about. But I don't know, there could have been something here when you were 14 or as a teenager, and you had a certain someone look at you as an adult, if you know what I mean. Look at you as with adult eyes. All right. Anyways, I don't even want to get into that. Um, what's the spiritual message for the Virgos from their ancestors, their guides, the past loved ones? The Five of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. The Hermit. The Nine of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Six of Cups, the High Priestess, the Three of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Temperance. Five of Swords, Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups, Five of Swords, Seven of Cups, the Queen of Cups. What's this Seven of Cups? Two of Swords. Knight of Pentacles, Four of Wands. I'm going to be honest with what I'm getting. I can't hold this back any longer. There's like a, I don't know. This is hard to say. There could have been some kind of abuse here, but I'm getting like a little pedophile energy. Okay. All right. This could have came from a deceptive feminine energy, okay? A very sneaky, deceptive. Someone used some kind of emotional manipulation towards, like, to you, but I don't know, I'm getting in a younger age. Six of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. There's like grooming here. Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and a Justice. What's the Eight of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Six of Swords? What's that? King of Pentacles. What's that about? Ace of Swords. And now as an adult, King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. What's that? Four of Swords, Chariot, the Sun. Happiness with someone specific. There's unresolved issues here, Virgo. And this may affect connections that you're in, people that you attach yourself to, people that could be very sneaky and deceptive. High Priestess and the Three of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands and the High Priestess, Four of Pentacles. Some of you, this can come with acceptance of being a third party or dealing with like some kind of secretive energy. The Hermit and the Temperance, Ace of Wands. What's the Hermit? The Page of Cups. Ace of Wands and the Temperance. The Knight of Cups. It definitely has to do with like how people present themselves to you and you accepting these attachments. Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles. I don't know. There wasn't like a death. What's that? Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. There's like an unhealthy attachment to somebody specific as an adult now. Why the Seven of Swords? The Devil. Oh, Lord. Why? The Six of Wands. Some of you guys, this could be an energy of always wanting validation, always wanting attention. I know these messages are going to be harsh. That's why I didn't put up the chat, just FYI. So if this doesn't resonate with you, please don't come in the chat or leave the comments like, nope, not me. I was never this. Well, okay, it's not for you. All right. It's not for you. I'm sorry. This is the energy I'm getting. I can't move away from it. But there's a very strong, like, needing attention, you know, constantly taking pictures for, you know, social media, because there is a very big fulfillment that you get when people comment or they give you likes or they give you there's like a hypersexual energy from somebody's childhood. And I don't know, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, so I'm just telling you the energy that I'm feeling and that I'm getting, but it's linked to some kind of always wanting to get attention from people, even though they're the wrong kind of energies. It's like, even if this is not it, this could be like unhealthy attachments because somebody gives you just the attention. I don't know why the first thing I thought of was like, is that Snow White with the like the envious stepmother? There could be something like that here. Queen of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, Ten of Swords. There could have been a big betrayal from someone that you really and I'm referring back to somebody's childhood that you really looked up to. The Hierophant and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, Two of Wands. This could definitely be an energy that you try not to look back on, but it's something very painful. Someone that should have been in your life like a nurturing figure or someone that I could have trusted betrayed you. But it's linked into some kind of devil, Six of Wands, needing attention, liking the constant validation. For some of you, this could be being side pieces and being okay with it, staying in third party energies. There's like a lack of like self worth here. And the void that you're trying to fill comes from these deceptive or superficial connections or the constant wanting to always like stand out or always wanting to, something like that. Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Yeah. The Queen of Wands. Somebody here could have been married and you knew it. That was weird. That was okay. Sorry about that. But, oh, so what's the message for the Virgos? What is this? What's the spiritual message for the Virgos? The Eight of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups. This speaks about self-love, Virgo. Nine of Pentacles, High Priestess, Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Almost like clarity and having, I don't know, there's something about your integrity and value of who you are, right? I don't know why I want to say like my your body being a temple, not to say you're giving it out to everyone. I'm definitely not saying that, but more so like seeing yourself in the High Priestess, Queen of Cups, like not everybody deserves my attention. Not everybody deserves my energy, the world. Page of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, the Temperance. There's a lot of healing that's needed. Knight of Cups, Temperance and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, Nine of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Page of Cups. Again, there's like somebody, Page of Cups and the Seven of Swords, the Judgment. Something still needs to be worked through. There's something that you're still carrying heavy, but it's playing a role when it has to do with your self-confidence. If this is your story, I do want to tell you though, whoever did this to you, King of Swords, Seven of Wands, Empress, Seven of Swords again, Hermit, Five of Wands, Two of Wands, the Tower, and the Four of Wands, they're definitely getting some kind of karma here. It may be very mental. And I feel like that could be one of the worst karmas when it's really fucking with somebody's mental. Libra. For the Libras, Sun, moon, and rising for the Libras. Sun, moon, and rising. What's the spiritual message for the Libras? What's the spiritual message for the Libras from their ancestors, their guides, or past loved ones? Ace of Cups, Knight of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Five of Wands, and the Six of Cups, Ace of Cups, King of Swords, Knight of Swords, Three of Cups, Three of Swords, the Artist, Five of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, King of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords, Page of Swords. Okay, Knight of Swords and the Three of Cups, Nine of Cups, Three of Swords and the Artist, Two of Cups. Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, and the Ace of Wands, the Strength. Why is the Three of Swords here? The World, the Empress, I like that. And the Sun, okay. Okay. Eight of Swords, Death. Some of you guys could have been in a Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is a much lighter and nicer energy. Thank you. You could have dealt with a third party situation or just a very toxic relationship. Somebody with the Artist here, Three of Swords. I don't know, I'm getting Justice. I'm getting some kind of manipulative energy. Some of you guys could have dealt with like law enforcement in a connection, like something kind of toxic. Okay. And it's almost like whatever this Knight of Swords, Three of Cups, Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups. Why is the Knight of Swords here? Queen of Wands, Six of Swords, Four Swords, Emperor, Four Swords, Seven of Wands. Somebody could be going through some kind of health issue, okay, Libra? And I always get, again, with you, that you're like the sign of karma, all right? Somebody could be going through some kind of health issue. Somebody could have been very condescending, again, a bit toxic, maybe abusive. But I feel like again, the acceptance from this connection is what's bringing you with the King of Swords in your energy. Ace of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. With the King of Swords, it always gives me treating people accordingly, right? It is the energy of logic. That is your energy. It is that air energy, but it's also speaking about treating people accordingly because you did have the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You have the Seven of Wands, creating boundaries, all right? Realizing how to give accordingly. All right. But some of you guys, again, if you were married to this person, you could have had children. Maybe you felt trapped in a situation with the death. That situation ended. All right. But it's almost like this was definitely a lesson that needed to be had because some of you guys could have been very submissive. Some of you guys could have been in a very kind of allowing someone specifically to kind of walk all over you. And I know it sounds pretty harsh, but you turn once with the world, you close that cycle. Here goes the Empress and the Sun, which the Empress is also your energy, right? So with the King of Swords and the Empress now, this is like you step in fully in your power. All right. With the Sun, it's almost like being able to see the beauty within you, being able to see you. Because somebody in your energy was very condescending, was very kind of like, abusive. There was a lot of conflicts. Two of Pentacles probably kept you in third parties or created a lot of conflict here. The Strength, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Some of you guys maybe had children from this situation, and that was definitely a blessing here. But I feel like, again, the whole message for you is something, unfortunately, this situation I don't like to say it had to happen, but from this situation, you have ascended and like the glow up is immense. But again, that comes from now not holding grudges from whoever this is, more so accepting what happened, who they are, and now accepting that you had a shift in perception from dealing with this. So what's their spiritual message for the Libras? The Four of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, for some of you guys, this is definitely a marriage. High Priestess, Four of Swords, and the Star. What's that? There could have, I feel like there's a very specific message for some of you. You could have dealt with some kind of illness. that you've recovered from. It gives me chronic. It's not giving me like a simple cold or like the flu. It's something, something you could have been diagnosed with at the time when this situation was going on. And the person that was supposed to come through for you didn't. Four of Pentacles, Three of Wands, they could have been at a distance, or they could have been doing something else, or not really tending to you. And that marked you very significantly. What's the message for the Libras from their spirit guides? The Seven of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Yeah, Five of Cups. There was a lot of illusion behind this situation. But again, there's something about now looking back at this and like you kind of took your power back. It's like you came up Emperor, Empress here. King of Swords. Like you came like there's like an upper hand here. You're not the person of who you used to be. Yeah, it was a struggle. Two of Wands, Nine of Wands. For some of you, wondered how the hell were you going to move out of the situation? All right, Queen of Pentacles, Two of Swords. You probably felt like you were never going to leave or there was no way out. The Devil and the Queen of Cups. Some of you guys could have been very emotionally manipulated. Five of Pentacles, probably like literally somebody really tried to beat you down. Not, hopefully not physically, but emotionally, like beat your spirits down. Ten of Wands. And here you are again, Queen of Swords, the Magician, the Temperance. You always had a protection around you. Six of Wands. This protection could have came from someone that was very, like a very, I don't know, could have been a feminine energy, always like to dance, like the party, always like to be like, there was like the light of somebody's past one love to be like the life of the party. I know I'm getting very like Hispanic Caribbean vibes, okay? Somebody here was a fighter. And I feel like that was who was protecting you. And I don't know, you've embodied some kind of strength from them. Scorpio. For the Scorpios, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's the spiritual message for the Scorpios? Spiritual message for the Scorpios. From their ancestors, their past loved ones, their guides. Don't forget to hit the like button, please, and thank you. Oh, okay, I'm going to take it. Page of Wands, the Moon, the Two of Cups, the Fool, and the Nine of Wands, Page of Wands, Eight of Swords, the Moon, the Chariot, the Two of Cups, the Death, Two of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands. This is cute and funny. Six of Pentacles. Your ancestors, your guides, someone is like, I don't know, I'm getting a very, just want to beat the shit out Scorpio. I just want to kind of give them a cocotazo, like give them upside their head. I don't know, somebody here maybe Puerto Rican or something like that. I think cocotazo is like a Puerto Rican term. I don't know why I got that. But it's almost like, do you see how they want to like slap like they want to slap you upside your head? There's a leap of faith that you're not willing to take. Two of Cups and a Death. There could be something about a connection, a transformation, whether to hop into like taking a leap of faith with someone new or having a new beginning or ending a situation. And it's almost like you're resisting this. Two of Swords and the Fool. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. There's a lot of like overthinking, analysis, paralysis on this situation. Queen of Cups, that's you. The Moon and the Chariot, Ace of Swords. But there's a need for a breakthrough here. Two of Cups and a Death. Nine of Cups. What's the Death? Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, this may have to do with the marriage. I'm just not sure if it's to end something. For some of you, maybe that, or take a leap of faith again towards it. The Fool and the Two of Swords, Three of Cups. What's the Two of Swords? Ten of Swords. What's the Fool? Eight of Wands. Interesting. Scorpio, is your ego playing into this? Some of you guys don't want to leave someone or don't want to stop entertaining a certain situation because you don't want them to move on to someone else, or you feel like they may move towards someone else. Nine of Wands and a Ten of Wands. The Well. Wow, some of you guys, this could be a little bit egotistical. It's like, I created this person. I nurtured this person. I gave this person a lot. And it's like they're just now going to carry it to the next person. Where's the Scorpios in this? The King of Wands, the World, the Five of Wands. So resisting and ending. Knight of Pentacles, Six of Cups, High Priestess. Five of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Even though Five of Swords, Seven of Cups, Two of Wands. There's like a little bit of Seven of Cups and Queen of Swords. The Four of Wands. There's a little bit of like delusion here, Scorpio. I'm gonna be quite honest. I'm not sure where you're at, but there's a bit of an ego. It's like the divine needs you to have some kind of breakthrough because so what is it about this connection? What is this about this connection that you want to tell the Scorpios? The Emperor, the Ace of Wands, and the Five of Wands, the Tower, the Devil, and the King of Pentacles. So somebody could be very non-committal, but you're like, so is the Scorpios not happy in the situation? The Judgment, the Page of Cups, the Hangman, the Star, oh, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. So you feel like this is not someone that could offer you much. You feel like this person definitely should have like a shift in perception and becoming the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, that, you know, wife figure, that husband figure. But there's something about their non-committal ways, the Devil and the Tower. Yeah, the Six of Cups. Maybe you also feel like they've gone through something in their childhood as to why they can't. I don't know. There's something about their lack of ascension. This is like a distorted masculine, distorted feminine. They're not trying to release some kind of toxic ways, but in your energy, it's coming up a bit like an ego of not releasing this because you will be damned if this person goes on to someone else. And it's like, but I have nurtured a situation. I had to invested times. And now with the Eight of Wands, yeah, Ace of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and a Knight of Pentacles, it's like an ego and somebody not going towards, you know, if I release this, even though I'm not happy, even though I know this is not within my, how could I explain it? Sorry, that was like a big spit that just flew out. How could I explain it? This is an energy where I've invested time, I invested energy, I invested, you know, I don't know, I don't want to say money, but I've nurtured the situation. I've tried to direct them in the, I don't know, accordingly. But I don't want, even though this person is still holding on to some kind of toxic ways, there's stagnation, we're not moving forward, they could be immature, they're not leveling up, whatever that is, I'm still going to hold on because I'll be damned if somebody moves towards someone else after all I've invested in. So this is some kind of like ego playing here. Wow, I've never gotten that energy ever. Okay, what's the message for the Scorpios then? Knight of Swords, High Priestess, Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. Well, honey, if you feel that way, you're about to miss out on your soulmate. You got the King and the Queen of Cups, and damn, he looked good. He remind me of Jesus. And the way Jesus portrayed in some movies, he fine. All right. I mean, I know that you really can't see it, but the King and the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So not only do you have someone better, okay? Now, for some of you, I'm not saying this doesn't have to be the person that comes back in the way that you want them to, but your ego is definitely sabotaging and getting in the way. And that's not how this is going to work. You know what I mean? With the High Priestess, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Knight of Swords, like the minute that you release this comes in, whoever this is, this soulmate comes in, boom, like knight in shining armor. What knight in shining armor to come and rescue you and like, here, there you go, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Not to say you need rescuing, but you know, like that fairy tale kind of thing. You know what I mean? They come in and you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So the family, the love, the stability, and this is definitely someone that's with the High Priestess. They're very much aligned with you. This energy, I do want to tell you, Scorpio, you're not aligned right now. You're not in your Emperor Empress energy. Not with that mentality. Just letting you know. So maybe somebody here, whoever it is that's trying to come through, is very disappointed. Okay, as I said, they want to give you some kind of cocotazo. They want to like kind of, I don't know. I always get like the energy of wanting to kind of just like upside your head. For some of you, this is your daddy. I just saw it. Look at this. For some of you, this is your daddy. They're not happy with you. All right. Sagittarius. For the Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. For the Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. What's the spiritual message? What's the personal message for the Sag? From their spirit guides, from their ancestors, past loved ones. King of Wands. Two of Pentacles. And the Nine of Wands. There could be something about somebody being a twin. Ace of Pentacles. Doesn't have to be like a past loved one, but you may be a twin, or you may have a lot of twins in your family. King of Wands, Knight of Swords, Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Justice, and the Chariot, the Four of Pentacles. King of Cups. What's the Knight of Swords? Ten of Swords. What's the Two of Pentacles and the Hierophant? Death. Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the World, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Justice, the Star, Chariot, and the Four of Pentacles. King of Swords. What's the Nine of Wands? The High Priestess. What's the Nine of Pentacles? Five of Pentacles. What's the World? The Judgment. King of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Six of Wands. Where's the Sag in all this? The Six of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles. Two of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. What's the Ten of Pentacles, Six of Cups? The Wheel of Fortune, the Emperor, and the Queen of Swords. I don't know why I feel like I want to tell you, Sag. Some of you guys need to break some kind of generational curse. This could definitely, or generational karma, or some kind of generational, transgenerational stuff here, especially when it comes between a mother and daughter. Some of you guys may not have the best relationship with your mother. And King of Cups, King of Wands, this could also be from a father and son. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. I feel like some of you guys may not like this, but you are the chosen one to break this generational cycle, this transgenerational influence that something has been repeating in the lineage, like some kind of relationship between a mother and a daughter, between a father and daughter, just keeps between a father and a son keeps repeating. And you have been the chosen one. Okay, so what's the message? Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups, and the Devil. The Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. There's something about you being very much awoke in the situation, or very knowledgeable, but with the Lovers and the Devil. Magician. It's like not wanting to see what you're here to do, or maybe not wanting to take some kind of role in this. The Devil and the Magician, some kind of manipulative energy. Queen of Cups. There's some kind of emotional manipulation between a family member and someone here. And it's like it should end with you. Some of you guys may not even have children yet. So this is like a message to your higher self, or to your future self. Do you see why spiritual messages are hard? And I turn off the chat because there's no way I can be this deep into readings and saying hi to everybody. King of Cups and the King of Wands. Yeah, Five of Cups. I'm telling you, it's like the generational stuff comes between like the same sex. Mother, daughter, father, son, that kind of energy. And Judgment and the Death and the Hierophant. And you have been Queen of Swords, like the elected one. Is this a Sag? The Queen of Wands. That's a direct message to you. You've been like the elected one, like literally. I don't know, Sag. And that's your card, Judgment. The way they're all looking up to you is like, you are the one to break this, to gain some kind of Hierophant elevation here for like generations to come, or your generation moving forward. The Star and the Justice to create some kind of alignment and new opportunities in your family. Some of you guys, you may come from a very big indigenous background too. I am getting that. Every time I see this King of Swords, it gives me like a chief. For some of you, there's like a grandfather here. Very stern, very disciplined. I don't know, he could be very loving, but he was very stern, very disciplined, very much elbows off the table, that kind of. Some of you guys, I don't know how old you may be, but some of you guys, this is somebody that wanted you to go to like a school of etiquettes. I don't know, this is a very Caribbean thing that they try to do with me, like, sit upright, in order for you to, make sure that your shoulders, are never slouch, put books on your head or something like that. What else for the Sag? Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles is like you are trying to avoid this heavy. I get it. It's like a very big responsibility, a burden on you. Three of Pentacles, but you're the elected one. The Three of Pentacles speaks about lessons. The Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Devil to break some kind of toxicity within a family situation. Queen of Cups to now allow nurturing. Love. What's the Devil? The Seven of Wands. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. I'm telling you. This is huge. I mean, this was a very beautiful message, but I know it's heavy for whoever this is. King and the Queen of Pentacles speaks about a marriage, but it also speaks like mother, father, right? Seven of Wands, there's blockages here. And I don't know if this is a message for your higher self to when you become like in a commitment to not make the same mistakes, maybe within a marriage, or to not make the same mistakes with your children, or to there's something about I don't even know how to explain this. I mean, if you know, you know. King and the Queen of Pentacles, the Sun, yeah, the Magician, and the Four of Swords. It's like to bring a family situation into alignment. All right, I'm not even going to go down there, but that was interesting. Be very aware of a dream of like a grandparent or like one of the elders in your family that has passed. There's a message there for someone. Capricorn. Capricorn. Sun, moon, and rising. What's the spiritual message for the Capricorn? Okay. Spiritual message for the Capricorn. From their ancestors, from their guides, from their past loved ones. Page of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups. The Four of Wands and the Three of Wands. There's something about being grounded, Capricorn. Being realistic. The High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups, the Star, Four of Wands, King of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Three of Swords, and the High Priestess, the Eight of Cups. Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Cups and the Star, the Queen of Cups, Four of Wands and the King of Pentacles, the Hangman, Three of Swords, Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, High Priestess and the Eight of Cups, the Five of Swords. Some of you guys are not following your intuition. Some of you guys ignore your intuition on a constant basis. Five of Swords and the Eight of Cups, Tower. You could be ignoring a lot of Tower moments happening. What's this Tower? The World, the Death. and the Knight of Cups. There's like a whole bunch of endings here, but what is the sabotage and the ignoring? The Six of Cups, the King of Wands, the Moon, the Two of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. What's the Seven of Wands? The Ten of Swords. So what are they not listening to? The Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Swords, the Hierophant, the Hermit, the World, and the Page of Swords. It's like ignoring something that has ended, but the lesson from it. The lesson from an ending, the lesson from something that either needs to be closed out or has already closed out. There's some kind of stagnation here with the Hangman, Three of Swords, the Death, but this is something that's already been like gone. This is something, a lesson that you should be learning. Page of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ten of Swords. This could be from a love situation, from a marriage. But it's almost like with the Queen of Cups, the Stars, there's a Seven of Cups, the Devil. That's you idolizing some kind of love energy, or creating some kind of illusion in the situation. The Artist trying to create the Emperor, justice, a balance around a situation that has already been gone. Whether or not you are not in this currently, but the Three of Wands and the Three of Swords is like you're waiting for it to come back around, and to come back around in a new energy. Ace of Pentacles, yeah, the Magician is like you're trying to manifest an opportunity, but just holding on to the expectation, or holding on to this person, or holding on to the, again, expectation of this is, it's what's maybe delaying it. Ten of Wands, it's creating a lot of more stagnancy, or heaviness within this dynamic. Three of Cups for some kind of reconciliation. Five of Swords and the High Priestess, yeah, the Chariot, instead of kind of releasing it to the divine and knowing that whatever's for you will be for you. So what's their message? The Five of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Six of Swords. Working on, moving on, judgment. Judgment, the Moon, even though that the next step is the unknown. Even though that moving on means, yeah, you're going to be entering into the unknown. The Moon, Seven of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, but you're lacking some kind of, I don't feel like I'm speaking to somebody that's in a situation right now. This is somebody that's waiting for something to come back around. This is somebody that's waiting for somebody to show up on how they want them show up, or some connections to come back around. I don't feel like you're currently in it, but the weight of it, or the energetic weight, if that makes sense. You're waiting on it energetically. You're holding a hot seat for someone. Seven of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, and it's creating blockages for you, especially on moving forward, healing, you know, what your next chapter is. It's almost like not wanting to accept some kind of ending, even though you had the Tower, the Death, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords. Like all these are ending cards. It's like you're trying to, Justice and the Emperor, manipulate some kind of situation on something that maybe is not what it is. You know what I mean? So what's their spiritual message? Who wants to come through for the Capricorns with this message? Who is this person? Or Page of Cups, King of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. Eight of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Empress. For some of you, this could be a mother figure. You got the King of Swords here too. Could be a father figure. I'm getting more so mother. Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. I don't know why I felt like the way she was just like picking the grapes is, I don't know, with the Empress gave me motherly vibes. The Eight of Wands, this is direct like communication from definitely a past loved one, or the Temperance, yeah, and the Knight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles. Doesn't have to be someone that you know, but it's definitely a ancestor. King of Swords, the Well. This is definitely a parent for sure. The Well speaks about creation. The Empress, the Well. Three of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Somebody could have lost their parent, Five of Cups, when they were very young. The Sun, and the Seven of Wands. Whatever this is, though, it's creating a blockage around your happiness. Again, I don't feel like I'm speaking to somebody that's in this connection. You could be, okay? But it's more so energetically holding on to someone. Holding a seat, or a hot seat for someone. and not allowing for something to already that has been kind of like going with the flow, accepting whatever happened. And if this person is for you, it will be for you, not in your timing though, whenever it's supposed to be, right? Aquarius. For the Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. For the Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. What's the spiritual message from the Aquarius's ancestors, their guides, your past loved ones? Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and a Five of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Devil. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Three of Wands, the Magician, the Five of Wands, the World, the Knight of Pentacles, the Four Swords, and the Devil, the Six of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords, the Temperance. Interesting. Seven of Swords, Ten of Cups. Oh, Aquarius, you're not going to like me. Eight of Wands. You're not going to like me. This is very similar to the Sagittarius. Some of you guys may have a Sagittarius placement. It's similar. It's not the same. There's somebody here that was very shysty and shady, and I see that. But there's a lot of pride on your end. Five of Wands in the world. There's something you need to make peace with. And I always say reconciliation is not what we all feel like it's going to be. It's not allowing someone back into your energy, but it's almost like making peace with the situation, accepting it. Seven of Pentacles and Seven of Swords. This could be definitely someone that could have like stolen, like robbed you or taken from you. But what I'm getting for some of you, this is a family member. This is somebody that was very shysty. Seven of Pentacles and a Seven of Swords. Very deceptive, a liar, temperance. But the Ten of Cups, it's like Three of Wands and the Magician. Let's see. The Tower. What's the Three of Wands? Queen of Pentacles. Some of you guys, this is tied to some kind of financial karma. Five of Wands in the world, Six of Swords. Five of Wands and Six of Swords, the Four of Cups. It's almost like, not to say you haven't moved, well, you haven't moved on from the situation if this still upsets you. You haven't moved on from the situation if you still haven't accepted it. If there's still some kind of grudge, you haven't moved on from it. And I know forgiveness looks different for everyone. And it's almost like, well, why should I forgive? You're not forgiving, you're more accepting. Whatever happened, you can't take that back, but you're doing more of this for you than for the other person, because creating some kind of Queen of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Hierophant, Empress. For some of you, this could be your own mother that you like, I don't know. This could be a sister that you can't like. I don't know if I should say forgive. It's like there's something here that you cannot accept, or there's like something you can't make peace with. Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, Five of Swords. And see, there's stagnation here. And it's almost like, again, the reason I'm saying this is a lot like the Sagittarius is because the divine knows who you are, and they hold you very much highly like on that pedestal. And I always say, who would the divine for me hold more accountable? The ones that know the divine or God, or the ones that don't, right? So this is the energy of like, since you know better and you can understand that everybody's is on your frequency, on your vibration. Not everyone, people are shitty, and understand that and not hold a grudge anymore. It's almost like just because you know that and not, I don't know, accepting this or not being able to move past this or holding some kind of grudge is like there's some kind of stagnation here. And for some of you, this could be financially. The Devil and the Six of Wands. Yeah, the King of Wands. There's a lot of jealousy and pride. The pride from you. I don't know if the jealousy comes from that person, but there's a lot of pride here. And something needs to come back into balance. How? The Knight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, becoming very confident. Three of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. This speaks about reconciliation, death, to get some kind of transformation, the Lovers. and the hangman to shift some kind of perception. And again, reconciliation doesn't mean I'm gonna let that person back into my energy. We're gonna be kumbaya and be friends. You know what I mean? There's like some kind of, I don't know if I want to say hate. There's disdain here. What's the devil, the king of wands and the six of wands, the page of cups, the artist and the king of cups. So it's moving in the energy of love and flow. But that's not what I'm getting from this. That's all the opposite. But I feel like that's what your ancestors, your spirits want to tell you. For some of y'all know, I feel like you have such a sweet grandmother that's telling you, baby, just, just do things right or something like that. This would be something a grandmother would want. Some of you guys, there could have been a grandmother that tied the family together. And I don't know if they, again, now that they passed, like the family isn't what it was or something like that. And it's almost like we're relying on you, Aquarius. Maybe not to bring the family back together, but to maybe close out some kind of conflict or bickering. What's this Five of Wands? Ace of Cups. Yeah, the Fool. To have some kind of new beginning, but Two of Swords. Somebody's refusing to make a move. Two of Swords. Six of Pentacles. King of Swords. Yeah, and the Knight of Wands. Somebody gets you out of your element. This is not even who you are, but somebody brings this out of you. It's almost that energy is like, I could see this person on the floor and I'm gonna walk right over them. I don't care. And it's like, this is not who we want you to be. Live with like loving grace. Even if this person doesn't deserve it, it does more for you than them. Eight of Wands, Three of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Eight of Swords. Is that what you want the Aquarius to do? Emperor. Ooh, okay, Aquarius, you're not gonna like me. Whoever this person is trying to, your ancestor, your guides, they're like, we're waiting for you to reach out to reconcile or to have this conversation, a difficult conversation. Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands, and Knight of Swords. There's a difficult conversation that needs to be had. Again, reaching out is not you saying sorry, okay? It's more so addressing the elephant in the room. All right, the Emperor. You're the one that's supposed to take control of the situation in charge. Again, man up, woman up to the situation. I don't know, somebody's making you like the head person in charge of the situation. Sorry. I felt like that was somebody's grandparent talking. You could have been their favorite grandchild. You knew that, but no one else did because, maybe that's why, I don't know. There could have been a family drama. I don't know. All right, Pisces. Sun, moon, and rising for the Pisces. For the Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. What is the Pisces spiritual message from their ancestors, their guides, their past loved ones? The Artist, the Hangman, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. Temperance. Some of you guys get your, I don't know, there's something about you entering portals that are locked. I don't know why I want to say that. So that gives me somebody, obviously, Pisces, you're one of the most intuitive signs in the whole zodiac. But you see things that other people don't, or you feel things that other people don't. Some of you guys get that from like your grandmother or your like, there's like a grandmother here. The Artist. Yeah, the Temperance. I always get grandma vibes from the Temperance. I don't know why. The Artist, the Knight of Cups, the Hangman, the King of Wands, Seven of Swords, King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, the Death, Ace of Cups, the Judgment, Two of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. What's the Artist? The Sun, the Hangman, and the King of Wands, Three of Wands. What's the Seven of Swords and the King of Cups? Page of Cups. What's the Seven of Swords? The Seven of Cups. Knight of Pentacles and Death, Nine of Wands. You're resisting some kind of change. The Tower, Two of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, Page of Swords. Why is the resistance? King of Swords, Page of Wands, King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Emperor. This is very similar to the past reading I did on some of the other signs. You may have those placements. So make sure, Pisces, you watch your moon and your rising, because I feel like you're resisting some kind of tower moment. You're resisting some kind of change here on someone that has provided you some kind of false illusion. Someone that's very Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords speaks about false promises, again, and I said you're the most intuitive sign, you know better. And again, there's portals that you have entered, there's something about your higher self. You're not just, you're a very spiritual being, so you know better. And with the Seven of Cups, as I said, they are wearing a mask, but it's held up so you can see right behind it. So you know this. You know this, but you, Three of Wands and the Hangman, you're keeping yourself stagnant here. Yeah, Eight of Cups, from walking away, from moving on from the situation. Ten of Wands. I feel like the ending for you will be way too much burden. The Queen of Swords. I just heard cheaper to keep them, but it's not in the way that is financial. Cheaper to keep them because the heartbreak for you would be harder than the disappointment that you're already dealing with. So there's a sense of complacent energy. The Tower, the Judgment, and the Ace of Cups. The Star, what's the Tower? The Empress, the Six of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. It's like truly wanting for something to move forward because of maybe some kind of investment. Seven of Pentacles, yeah, the Strength, the Five of Cups. For some of you, this is definitely ego attached to it, the investment that I've already made. And I feel like I did this for another sign, and I can't remember who it was. This was almost the exact same message. Page of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Swords. So I'd rather just keep myself here in the conflict. Two of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. The World, the Temperance, the Six of Swords, rather than to move forward. Six of Wands and the Devil definitely has a lot to do with ego. Because this is already what I know. This is already what I've invested in. The Moon, yeah, the Two of Wands and Knight of Wands. The unknown is just way too heavy. Four of Cups, Five of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Four of Cups, Six of Cups. Here's the thing. There's something here about your ancestors being very, 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 very direct. And they've showed you these tower moments. Like, this is no guessing game. Four of Cups and a Six of Cups. The Nine of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. This is going to hit somebody's nerve. I'm going to be quite honest. But with the Four of Cups, the Five of Swords, Knight of Swords, Six of Cups, Nine of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Wands, some of you guys may have children. And this is, you're putting yourself... well, let me put it this way. For those of us that have children, right? I mean, if we're not good within ourselves, we can't be good with our children or for anybody else. But for some of you, there's a need to shift in perception because you're putting yourself first as a woman before a mother. Anything else for the Pisces? Some of you guys could have like an off-the-chain grandmother or ancestor that's just very wicked with their tongue, and they'll tell you right off the bat. And I feel like even if you don't know them, but you're so like divinely guided, Pisces. That's why I kept getting you open portals or something like that. That whoever this entity that's trying to show you this has been very intentional in showing you tower moments. And they were very clear. There's no guessing game. Anything else for the Pisces? Personal message. High Priestess. Nine of Wands. Yeah, that's your intuition. The World. The Three of Swords. And the Temperance. The Hierophant. Yes. So here you are being held to this high regard that I've been talking about. High Priestess and the Hierophant. All right. Now, this could also have to do with the twin flame situation. But I'm feeling like this is you. This is you. You embody the High Priestess and the Hierophant. So you're very powerful. Nine of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, the World and the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the Queen of Wands. But for some reason, this situation is kind of bringing you it's like watering you down. It's almost like bringing you some kind of demotion. in the spiritual world. I don't know why I want to say this, okay? The Chariot. Yeah, you're very much divinely guided. And here goes the Pocotazo I was telling somebody about. Like the whoop ass the divine wants to bring to this person. It's like they're putting their hand up like Nine of Wands and a Four of Pentacles. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. Being 1 foot in, 1 foot out is still creating the stagnation, right? The World and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, Page of Wands. Three of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Judgment. You already know what this is, but you keep investing in it. Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Two of Wands. Judgment and the Seven of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Like, you already know it, but it's like I don't know why you're refusing to see it. Temperance and the Queen of Wands. Page of Pentacles. The Four of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles. And you know what the fear behind this is? Having to work at the healing. That's what you don't want to do. That's the part you don't want to bring in. Is to actually do the work, which it's so contradicting to what your energy is here with the High Priestess and the Hierophant. But I guess it's more, instead of spiritually speaking to you, it's more so the human in you, right? The humanly part of you, obviously. Maybe some of you guys don't want to start all over again. That's the hard part for you too. The Sun, the Six of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. And the funny thing is that, I don't know, I feel like you already know that the divine, the Sun, the Six of Swords, and Ace of Swords is like, once you not only turn the page, you finish that chapter, there's so much happiness coming towards you in every way, shape, and form. There's a breakthrough. Ace of Swords. Yeah, the Empress, King of Cups, and it has to do with love, and it comes in rather quickly. A truly emotional connection. Somebody that's really gonna treat you like the Empress, treat you like the Emperor that you are. All right, everyone, I'm going to timestamp this in a little bit. Don't forget, these are 2 videos, okay? Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to keep your karma balance. I'll see you guys in a little bit for your personal questions. Take care.